Very good afternoon, respected professors. So, today I'm going to share with you some of the experiences um, personally I had when we started this entrepreneurial journey in this institute, Puducherry Technological University. So, I'll just share my window. Just a minute. Hope the screen is visible to everyone. And am I audible? I'm audible to everyone. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
The
Thank you.
screen is not visible.
Now visible. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So the main purpose of this interaction is how to motivate the students to make them participate in all these events. So everything is we make a lot of things. We want our students to participate. How to bring about that change? So that's possible with us, the teachers. So teachers have that power to make students, to make them dive into this particular journey. Okay. So I want to just share my experiences here. Fine. So this is a very interesting definition of entrepreneurship. So entrepreneur is someone who jumps off a cliff and builds a plane on the way. Okay, it's quite okay. So basically, entrepreneurs are calculated risk takers. So they do a variety of things. Okay, so basically, entrepreneurs. This actually tells you it looks like kind of fantasy, but in reality, this is what entrepreneurship. Okay, it's a view of entrepreneurship. Fine. Okay, so now I want to interact with you all. So here I have a small question for you. What do you think are the uses of a paper clip? Okay, what are the uses of a paper clip? I want you people to type it in the chat window. In the chat window, what could be the use of a paper clip? So kindly type it in the chat window. What is the use of a paper clip? So we all know you will be using paper clips. What are the uses of a paper clip? Okay, to do list, great. Some more answers, please. So we use paper clips for a variety of purposes. Okay, so apart from the conventional use of a paper clip, even I have seen people's they just straighten out that pin. They can even use it for cleaning. Okay, so for time sometimes they open screws. Okay, so good number of uses are there. Prioritize works. Okay, nice. Can we have some more answers, sir? Professors, can you have some more answers? What are the uses of? See, the idea is you need to think all possible ways. Even it can be crazy. That's the thing. Okay, so you have good number of uses for fluorescent paper clip can even work in dark. Excellent. Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you. So fluorescent paper clip can work even in dark. Okay. Okay. So I myself told two uses. One is you can use it for unlocking some locks. We can straighten this and we can use it. And you can okay, to hold the calendar from flying. Excellent. Devika S Sivakumar, thank you. Of course, to hold the calendar from flying. Fine. So these kind of getting out with the ideas is called as thinking, creative thinking. Okay. And actually I'm going to present you a very interesting yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. um, about this particular, I've asked this question about how many uses can you think of a paper clip. So it is actually a study which was conducted for nearly 1500 kindergarten students uh, from their elementary. So the same set of students they observed from elementary, middle and high school. So they were given this paper clip and identify the usage of paperclip. Actually, this is available in the book of Breaking Point and Beyond. Okay, it's a book by George Land. Okay, in this book, the results of the study is available. If you see the results, it will be quite interesting. Okay, I've seen Srinivasan sir has given the answer as removing strain in class. Excellent, sir. Excellent. Okay, so you have a variety of uses for pin. Okay, safe this paper clip. Excellent. Okay, so see the results from the test that was conducted for the same group of people for kindergarten, middle age, and that is eye level, age by age. Okay, in kindergarten level, they found that 98% of the students scored at genius level in divergent thinking. So divergent thinking is a kind of creative thinking, is almost right. Divergent means it's wide. Okay, so what is divergent thinking is you give more time. Basically, you provide more time. So via the time is a factor. You give more time. So normally creative thinking, initially when a person comes out with an idea, it's called as a creative. They come out with an idea. In divergent thinking, you provide a time and you encourage them to come out with more innovation. Okay, so the time and the innovation factor actually matters the divergent thinking. Okay, they found this in kindergarten level, 98% of the students are at genius level. For the same students at the age of 10, only 32% scored as I. Okay, for the same group again at 15, only 10% remained at genius level. See the depreciation. Okay, fine. So to remove this kind of barriers, fine, to remove these kind of barriers, we need to incorporate some methodologies in our teaching itself, so that students have the develop their natural gifts of curiosity and higher level thinking. Okay, so that's how this syllabus of entrepreneurship is oriented. That's how we interacted with the students, and it was a remarkable experience, I would say. So I'll just take you to the journey what we have traveled. Okay, so I'm going to just brief out 8 steps to encourage students into this entrepreneurial journey. Something like if you remember the movie, okay, Badshah, okay, so where Rajini would say that எட்டு எட்டா வாழ்க்கை பிரிச்சுக்கோ, like that. Okay, so life is along 8 different paths, 8 different phases of life. In a similar manner, we are going to see 8 steps to encourage students to entrepreneurial journey. So the first step that we took is sharing inspiring stories to students. Okay, so not essentially it's a story based. Sometimes we'll tell them to act, so we'll give them the scenario, they have to role play the scenario. Okay, we'll share inspiring stories to the students, and mostly different kinds of entrepreneurs, normal inspiring stories, so that they get a feel that they should do something. So that kind of stories we can share with the students. Okay, that will really motivate them to do things. Okay, at this time I would like to ask you, okay, so one more answer is from Prasanna. Can be used as a conductor if it is coated with graphite over it. Okay, so a lot of technical things. Okay, great. Thank you very much for your answers. Okay, now I'm going to ask you another question. Anyone has heard of Ponnuthurai? Has anyone heard of Ponnuthurai from Trichy? A person named Ponnuthurai from Trichy. Has anyone heard of the name Ponnuthurai from Trichy? Has anyone heard of Mark Zuckerberg, who created Facebook? Okay, no, thank you, Dinesh Kumar. Yes, everyone knows Mark Zuckerberg or Facebook. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, Ponnuthurai is none other than the creator of Line Dates. So we all know Line Dates. We have been the product we have been using. Okay, so the creator of this Line Dates is Ponnuthurai. Okay, I just share you a very small glimpse of the life of Ponnuthurai. Very short glimpse. Okay, so that it will be very inspiring for us to learn a lot of entrepreneurial principles. So this is way I shared with the students actually. So he was born in 1957. I'll just take a few seconds with this journey. So he moved to Colombo for doing his business. Okay, so he was moved to Colombo. Then there he worked in a grocery shop again at the age of 10 itself. Then he returns back to India in 1974. Again he works in a grocery shop. Now he wants to start his own grocery shop. So he gets a loan of rupees 4,000 from bank loan and he starts his own grocery shop. Okay, but that particular grocery shop goes into a failure because of bankruptcy. He didn't look into the things and it becomes heavy loss for him. And at the time he gets a contract for Sabina to be distributed. He gets a contract for Sabina to be distributed. Okay, and at the same time he gets a government job in as a junior assistant in a collector office. Okay, now he is holding two jobs. One is a junior assistant, as well as still he is continuing with his distributing Sabina work. Okay, at this time, that is the turning point in his life. The turning point in life happens. He happens to come out of a shop. He sees dates being sold outside. So the dates are not covered. It's fully flies are over there, unhygienic. So he just approaches one person and asks, "Why these dates are so unhygienic? Why can't you pack it?" That person, in order to make mock of Ponnuturai, he asks him, "Why not you itself pack it?" Okay, so that's how Ponnuturai makes this idea. Why not we pack these dates and give it in a hygienic way? Okay, so this is innovation. Okay, so he, along with the Sabina, he also packs the dates and sells it. Okay, and soon he finds that it is a very good market. People are getting this product, so he gets orders for more number of shops, 500 shops, around 500 shops. So now he takes a very big risk. The risk is he quits his government job. See, at that time, 1974, 80s, he quits his government job and he takes up line dates as the business. So he keeps the name line dates because dates is strength, the strong animal is lion. Okay, so that's how we arrive at the name of line dates. Okay, so see, he actually nowadays to build a brand, people work so much, but he took this brand just in a fraction of a second. Okay, and the most inspiring thing is going to be next part. So once he got his line dates, he wants to put this photo on all the dates, but unfortunately he couldn't. So he went to the print, but the printing press says like minimum 10,000 copies, then only they will print. It is not affordable for him. So he makes use of the opportunity at the available. What he does is that at the time it is an election, a particular political party has the symbol of a lion. Okay, so he uses those things for his covering. Okay, he makes use of the opportunity in his hand. Instead of searching for outside, he makes use of this opportunity. And the first time he is advertising in All India Radio. Okay, and his product becomes famous in Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Okay, and then he goes to Mumbai. Unfortunately, he knows only Tamil till this point. He doesn't know any other language. He knows only Tamil. And fortunately, the commission agent in Mumbai knows Tamil. Okay, that's the fortunate. Then he identifies to learn another language. See, at the age of 50, he learns English. Okay, at the age of 50, he learns English. Then he brings in the date syrup from Muscat. Okay, and now his products are marketed all over India and even worldwide. Okay, so these are some of the products you might be knowing it. Okay, so now the company's annual turnover of 300 crore, and these are the countries where they export line dates. And he even gave opportunities for physically challenged. Because of this, he was given Best Industrialist Award in 2011. Ponnuturai, who is the owner of Lion Gates. Okay, so I take forward these stories to the students. Okay, once I wanted to take interact students about Ramraj Cotton. Okay, so what I did is that, thank you. Okay, nice, thank you. So once I wanted to explain students about Ramraj Cotton. So in that day, how I inspired the students is I went to the class in Ramraj Cotton dhoti and shirt. Okay, so that's the kind of so students were very much feeling connected. Whenever we take examples from the local entrepreneurs and explain them what is happening, they found it so much connected. Okay, we can do, they are doing, so we can also do something. Okay, that's the kind of connection we can bring about from the students. So this is a beautiful story of Ponnuturai. So thanks for hearing this beautiful story of this person. Okay, so the second step what we did is that we invited local entrepreneurs. So here I am actually putting a person name as he actually has a YouTube channel. He is from our college itself. He is earning some amount via making interesting videos in YouTube. So we invite local entrepreneurs in and around our place, have them interact with the students, get more about how they initially faced, what are the difficulties they faced to start their venture, how they made things. Okay, this is the kind of interaction we made with the students. That's the second step. So third step, this is very interesting. So we use idea planes as one concept. Okay, so we tell students to ideate, come out with ideas, because students have very good thing about, they are very fond of sending planes. Okay, rockets. Okay, now we use this rocket concept in a productive manner. So we tell them to write ideas. Okay, each will be working as a team. Each team has to, for a given problem, they will write out all the ideas that are possible. So once the ideas is finished, they will send it to the next member. Similar to that, they send a rocket. Okay, this is called as idea plane. So it will be very fun and engaging. At the same time, it is productive. Okay, so that kind of atmosphere has to be facilitated by us. So that is the way we can make them learn entrepreneurship. So not as a lesson, rather as an experience. Once it becomes an experience, then we did not make them do something. It just becomes automatically happens. Okay. So step three, what we did is that idea planes. Okay. So students started sending rockets, but it is a productive rocket where they add all the ideas for a particular product. And this is step four, where we had a tower building thing. This is mainly for a team-based activity. How to promote a team-based, we'll be giving some papers. We'll be giving some papers, newspapers, and normal stickers or whatever be the gum and cellophane tapes. Okay, so they need to build a long tower using the paper, and it has to stand in the fan for at least 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Okay, so they have, so they should not use any other material, only they have to use paper, only they have to use newspaper, and using cell phone tapes and other things they will be building a tower. Okay, so it's highly team based. So they will recognize the skills of their friends. Yes. Okay, they will recognize the skills of their friends, they will augment their skills, so they will add to it, and they will work as a team. So that actually it inculcates a sense of uh, happiness. Okay, the teamwork. Okay, how to do things, how to model things. That, so once you think of model, you need not go immediately to do the real world projects. Just to have that interest created to students, we use this kind of tower building competitions. So they have to build their tower which will be standing for a long time. Okay, so this is the step four. Step five is design thinking workshops. We conduct small design thinking workshops for students, so where they have to come out with an idea. So for that idea, first they will actually identify a problem, they will empathize with the customer. So once they empathize, so this actually we did it for students inside a classroom. We didn't take them outside, just to give them the flavor of this design thinking, how this design thinking works. Okay, So if you have two students, one student will interview another student. You will empathize with the student, identify what needs for them. Based on that, they will define a problem. They will brainstorm, ideate, and come out with good number of possibilities. They will make the prototype. Suppose, say, in this example, they are making a cycle. See, they are making a cycle. Okay, so they're making a cycle here. So this is a cycle that is made. Okay, and it will be quite fun, and students will engage just like that. As Sundaramurthy sir said, even the student who doesn't participate in the normal class activities, they will participate. I have seen even the students who bunk classes will attend for this entrepreneurship class compulsory. Okay, without any compulsion, they will come for these classes. So it will be so fun filled, and people will really enjoy doing things. Okay, so that's how we make them motivate to do things. That's how it worked for us. Okay, that's the step 5 we did. Step 6, this is the very very interesting thing. That's called as 50 rupees venture. Suppose we have a team of 6 members, okay, or a team of 7 members. Each of them contribute rupees 50. So it comes around roughly around 350 rupees. With this 350 rupees as the startup fund, they have to start a business. They have to start a business, any business. It is up to their creativity. They can start a business, and they have to whatever things they have to, they sell products, whatever they do, and they have to come out with some profit. That's all. Here profit is not the mandatory. It will give them the flavor of doing their own job. Okay, it will be giving them the flavor of creating their own things. Okay, here we have Dhanraj. He actually created for Vinayak Chaturthi this um, Kodai. Okay, so he's using waste materials. Okay, waste materials and unused plastics. Using that, he has created all these things. Okay, so it will actually give them a sense of being in a team, how to work, how to manage the financial part, how to see what is the amount we are getting, how much we are spending, so everything. Okay, so that is the kind of experience they will. So you need to give them, we need to give them the experience how a venture will be, what they can do, what is the independence they have, how they enjoy things. Okay, so that's what this does. So we are not bothered about the product here. Here we are bothered about their experience, how they take up this venture. Okay, even this student actually invested around 350. So 7 members were there. So they bought different materials for 520. They sold for 115. So the net profit was around 595. Okay, actually we had this training. When we went to Bangalore for this training. At least we give the students for around 15 days or 20 days to come out with their venture. We were in Bangalore. Okay, so they gave us training in Bangalore. What they did is that one evening we formed a team of 5 members. Each of us has put 100 rupees, so it was coming to 500. Using this 500, we have to start a business. Within tomorrow, next day morning, we have to come out with profit. Okay, so it was quite an interesting experience. As a faculty, I was just roaming in the streets of Bangalore, showing advertisement. So this is available here. We actually sold a Meghandi. One girl was in our team. She made Meghandis. So we published, say, we have Meghandi today. It's Arabian Meghandi, which is available only today at an offer discount of 250 rupees. Normally it will cost around 500 or 1000. So myself, I gave a consultation for yoga. So that cost some 100 rupees. And we did a variety of things. So we identified the strength of the team member. We came out with different activities, and actually we made the highest profit the next day. Okay, so that's the kind of learning that we had. So the same thing we try to incorporate in the students also. So this was quite fun filling, and they enjoyed to the core. So that was all over the college. People were selling different products. So they tried to interact with the customer, how to talk to a customer, how to sell a product. Okay, so that's where it all happens. Okay, so this is absolutely great activity. which will make them to do things. Okay. So step 7 is interviewing an entrepreneur. So we'll call upon an entrepreneur. They will allow them to interact. They will interview the students. So students will interview either as a one-to-one or in a class. They'll interview an entrepreneur, identify how they succeeded or how they have taken their path. So this will be another interesting path. And step 8 is using student innovation challenges, as Sir has pointed out. So we have Startup Ignite, we have Protofest, Launchpad, COVID innovation challenges. So wherein we give them option to come out with some interesting ideas. Okay. Also in our college we have Innovation Cafe, where any person from Pondicherry can walk in with an idea, and they can we'll see about the implementation aspects of those things. Okay. So these are the yes. Okay. So these are the 8 steps we followed, and which made the students to participate naturally in this type of, and all these 8 comes under one umbrella, the innovation and entrepreneurship development cell. So we have a E cell where we have student representative, as Sundaramurthy sir highlighted. Student will be the CEO, student will take care of the production, student will take care of the marketing. So it will be a student led center, development center. Okay. So the role of the teachers is to facilitate that happen. So students will be actually doing, so we will facilitate them how to manage the process, how to help them, how to mentor them. Okay. So that's the way we did things, and it was quite great experience for me. And I just want to share with you a key lesson that I used to share with my students. So what is the key lesson for the students whenever they start their journey in entrepreneurship? Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question here. Can you identify this character? Can you identify this character? This is a fictional character. Can anyone tell what is the name of this fictional character? What is the name? Yeah, thank you, Alamelu Mangai Subbaya. Thank you very much. It's Pikachu. Excellent. Thank you. Excellent. It's Pikachu or Pokemon. Okay, it's popularly called as Pokemon. And very interesting thing about this, who can anyone tell who developed this character of Pikachu? Who developed this character? uh, who is the inventor of this character? Okay, is actually from a Japanese origin. His name is Sandoshi Tajiri. Okay, his name is Sandoshi Tajiri. Very interesting thing about Sandoshi Tajiri is he created this Pokemon, but from his childhood, he was very much interested about insects, bugs. Okay, so this attitude actually led him to create this particular character Pokemon. Okay, so from his childhood, he had a passion for insects and bugs, which made him create this character. Okay, so all of you are aware of this particular thing. It's Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck from Walt Disney. Walt Disney created it. But what we don't know is Walt Disney, from his very childhood, he was always had a liking for kind of forest, nature. He's quite inspired by the nature. He spends most of the time with the nature. Okay. So, what is the common thing from both these examples? You take the Pokemon example of Sandoshi Tagiri or the Walt Disney example of Mickey Mouse. What is the common thing you can find from this? You can just highlight it in the chat window. What is the common thing that you can find from these two examples? A common thing. Okay. So he was interested in, Sandoshi Tagiri was interested in bugs that led to the character of Pokemon. Walt Disney was very much liking as for nature and forest. That actually made him create this entire Disney characters. Okay, creativity, of course, creativity is there. I expect some more things. Of course, creativity plays a very important role. What is the thing that is innovative, excellent? Dr. Charles Christopher, interest and exposure. Thank you. Okay. Um, okay. So passion, excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Passion is the thing that drives all the entrepreneurs, all the innovators who wanted to do things. It is the one which drives we facilitators also to make things happen. Thank you. So I would just say that the answer is in the question itself. Okay, their childhood passion later converted into a business idea. Okay, their childhood passion was converted into a business idea. So they had a passion in their childhood, so they are immersed in nature, or Tandoshi Tagiri liked the kind of bugs that made him create his business idea later. Okay, so what we want to infer from this is, so the passion actually drives. Already you have given that keyword. Professors have given the keyword. So when your passion drives your business idea, you are said to be in a state of flow. You are said to be in a state of flow. Okay. So when you are in flow with something, you become more inclined to it. When you are in flow with something, you become more inclined to it. You have, so anyone will have a flow for example, as a facilitator, I'll be very good in communicating things, in to interact with students. Okay, each one will have their flow. Okay, so if we identify our flow and make that flow as a path for our business idea, then it will work out wonders. Okay, so this is actually we make the students understand themselves. It's a self discovery. So students self-discover themselves. As Sundar sir correctly pointed out, even if they don't become entrepreneurs, they will become good citizens, they will become good persons and creative persons, where they identify what is their potential, what is their flow, what they are good at. Okay, so that's the kind of thing we motivate students to do. Okay, so do what you love. That's a key mantra here. Do what you love. That makes things doing wonders. Okay, so that's how we traveled. That's what I did for my students. That's how I facilitated students to do things. So, and again, flow should not be confused with leisure. So for example, a band of musicians, for them flow is music, for us it may be relaxation. For example, for game designers, game is a flow. For us it may be for relaxation. So flow is not leisure, it is about how they do things. Okay, so this is what we try to identify from the students. We try to self discover what they are good at. Okay, so this is what makes a successful entrepreneur: love and passion in what you do. So this is how we inspire our students to do things. So this is a small activity sheet wherein students will list out their area of interest. They will identify what is their flow. So they will be having questions here. Suppose you lose track of time while doing this. If it is, you can put a S. You have the requisite skills to do this. Then if it's, you can put a S. You take the initiative. You don't need to be pushed. You can have a S. You grab every opportunity in the area to improve your skill. And lastly, if even if the activity is challenging, you enjoy taking up the challenge. So the activity, the interest with maximum number of S's will be the flow for that particular person. So this is the first step we do for the student, to make them identify what is their very need. Okay, what is their very kind of motivation that helps them to do things. So then we have good number of interactive lessons with real out of the classroom activities, where they go interact with the real customers, identify things. Okay, so this is this well superbly quoted by Sir. And don't find customers for your products, rather find products for your customers. Okay, since an entrepreneur has a made a product, it is not necessarily it has to be got by the user. Okay, so you need to find products for your customers. Okay, so I just remember the classical example of this from this Vadivel joke. where he describes a mission for killing um, bed bug. Okay, so we'll create a machine. Okay, we'll take the bed bug and he will just jam it. Okay, so that will be a joke in one movie. In fact, that is the way most entrepreneurs take the job. If they don't, so they once don't find customers for your product, rather find products for your customers. That's a very beautiful quote. Okay, so observation. So this these are all the lessons we give for students. So many things we can do it by observing. So many problems before interaction, we tell them to observe what is happening. So based on the observation itself, they will be able to get some insights. So empathy. So empathy is you need to walk in the shoes of the person, customer, get in touch with the person, identify what they require, what is the kind of emotions they exhibit. Based on that, you identify what is their real problem. So working as a team, okay, working as a team, how to work as a team, okay, and we also identify students to identify their dominant entrepreneurial style. Okay, just a few more minutes. I'm just going to close. Okay, fine. So we help the students to identify their dominant entrepreneurial style. Okay, so here is a small video. This video is you might have seen this video.
Salute Ramrajக்கு salute salute Ramrajக்கு அணிந்தாலே கம்.
Okay, so I used to share this video with the students. What is the specialty about this video?
தெரியுமா
Excuse me. Kindly mute. Participants, kindly mute. Okay, thank you. So what is the specialty about this video is, if you happen to see this particular scene where this actor comes in and the hotel man opens and lets him inside. Very important lesson for entrepreneur to take from this video is, so what actually happened is when Ramraj Cotton he started this dhoti company, he happened to go for a marriage where he was not allowed to enter into the five-star hotel because he is wearing a dhoti. Okay, so that was a negative for him. Okay, people didn't respect him because he had a dhoti. That negativity converted into positivity. In this ad, whatever whatever thing is portrayed in this ad, it is all the negativity he faced in his life when he started his business of dhoti. Okay, all those negativity he has posed as a positivity here. Okay, that's how entrepreneurial mind should be. Whenever you get negative things, you try to kick it and make it as positive. So that's where this example, a clear example of that thing happens here. So this video I'll just play to students so that they get inspired. So we get lot of such interesting videos we play for them. Okay, even we have some entrepreneurial based movies. Even the latest one we have Surare Portal. We can watch those movies with students even. So that will actually create a kind of inspiration. Okay, so that's what I did. So okay, I'm not this video already we know about it. It is available in YouTube. Fine. So make the student we need to make the students believe this entrepreneurship is a great journey. It will be a remarkable journey for them. So it's great to be part of this particular team and this particular college associated with, and I take this opportunity to thank you all for giving me this for having this interaction, for listening patiently. So thank you.